Hi children, in the previous video we discussed about that triangles, no? So we learned about the triangles, right? So after that in this video we are going to discuss about that quadrilaterals. So children, what about that triangles we discussed? Triangles means a polygon which is made up of 3 line segments, then that polygon is called a triangle. Now what about that quadrilateral? Here quadrilateral means here this one came from that word quad and laterals. Laterals means you know that is sides and quad means 4. So in that word only there quadrilateral means a polygon which is made up of 4 sides. Okay, that polygon is called quadrilateral. Okay children, so once again say that quadrilateral means a polygon which is made up of a polygon which is made up of 4 line segments is called a quadrilateral. Okay, so what is the definition for that quadrilateral? Here a polygon which is made up of 4 line segments is called a quadrilateral. So here 4 line segments, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this 4 line segments, that means this polygon, this is a polygon, so this is made up of 4 line segments, no? So we will call this is called quadrilateral. So quadrilaterals examples: rectangle is a quadrilateral, square is a quadrilateral, as well as rhombus is a quadrilateral, and parallelogram, okay, trapezium, isosceles trapezium, these all are that quadrilateral types. Okay, now here children say that, so we know that quadrilateral, now definition completed, no? Now here we have that some components of that quadrilateral. So what are that components? So here I taken this quadrilateral as A, B, C, D. Okay, so we will call this one as here the quadrilateral. Here the quadrilateral A, B, C, D. Quadrilateral ABCD, we have some components. Now what are those? Here it has, what is that? It has how many vertices? First thing, a quadrilateral has 4 line segments, that's why here we have that intersection point of the 2 lines. We will call that point as vertex, no? So how many vertices are there here? 4 vertices are there. So a quadrilateral has 4 vertices. What are those vertices? A, B, C, D. These 4 are the 4 vertices. Next, it has 4 angles. It has 4 angles. Angle A, angle B, angle C, angle D. Okay, it has 4 vertices. Next, it has that 4 sides. How many sides? 4 sides. 4 line segments, we will call them as 4 sides, no? So what are those sides here? AB, BC, CD, DA. Okay, like this we have that 4 sides of a quadrilateral. Okay, and here we have that one more thing, that is diagonals. By joining that opposite vertices, we have that diagonal, a line segment which joins that opposite vertices. Okay, or line segment which joins that non-adjacent vertices, then those line segments are called here diagonals. So here how many diagonals are there here? How many non-adjacent vertices pairs are there here? Means here we can take that AD is one of the, BD is one of the pair and AC are that another pair. So by joining that AC we will get the diagonal AC. By joining that BD we will get the diagonal BD. Okay, so here we have that how many diagonals? We have that 2 diagonals. Okay, so what are the diagonals here? One is AC, another one BD. So we have that 2 diagonals. Is it clear to you? Okay, so this is about the components of a quadrilateral. Okay children, once again say that quadrilateral means a polygon which is made up of, polygon means you know that here for example this is also having that 4 line segments. Is it a polygon? That is not a polygon. Why? Because a polygon should be a closed figure, a simple closed figure which is made up of 4 line segments, then we will call that figure as quadrilateral. Okay, so here these all are the components of a quadrilateral. So what are the components? Vertices, angles, sides, diagonals. Is it clear to you children? Yes. So after this one, so after that just observe here one of the quadrilateral I am going to draw here. So this is one of that quadrilateral ABCD. So children, just now we discussed about that vertices, sides, as well as here angles and diagonals also. Now here adjacent sides. What about that adjacent sides? Okay, so here adjacent sides means two sides of a quadrilateral having a common end point. Okay, then those two line segments are called here adjacent sides of a quadrilateral. Okay, so what I told you that here two sides of a quadrilateral. Two sides of a quadrilateral. So these two are the two sides of a quadrilateral having a common end point. Having a common end point. Okay, so at this point here we can observe that this is one of the line segment and this is another line segment. Those two line segments also joins at that point. D only no intersecting point. Okay, so we can say that AD is the adjacent side of DC. Okay, so here like that how many pairs are there? AD, DC. So this is one of the pair. Okay children, next we can observe that AD and AB. So AB, AD meets at that the common point at A. Yes or no? So we can say that another pair is AB, AD. Okay, next thing here AB, BC. AB, BC. Why? Because here AB and BC meets at that the point B, no? So that's why here AB, BC. Okay, next BC and CD. BC and CD. Okay children, so these four are that four pairs of that adjacent sides. Okay, so what we will call that adjacent sides means what is the definition? Here the definition of that adjacent sides means two line segments having a common end point. Then we will call that two line segments or two sides are called here adjacent sides. Okay, and here adjacent angles means, do you know that what about that adjacent angles? So here we are saying that common point. Now we are discussing about that adjacent angles. Okay, so here adjacent angles means what now? So just to say that here this is that angle. So and this is also angle. So adjacent angles means here we can say that side by side angles. So here what is the definition of that adjacent angles means two angles are having that common arm. What is that? Two angles are formed by that common, here arm means that is the side of that quadrilateral, no? So side of a polygon. So two angles are formed by using that, by using common side. Okay, then we will call those two angles are adjacent angles, which is having that here A is one of the angle and here B is another angle. Here A, B having that common arm. Now here we common arm means that is a common side. Okay children, so we can say that adjacent angles means here angle A, angle B are adjacent angles, as well as here AD. So angle is formed at A, angle is formed at D by the common side. Those two also having that common side, no? So we can say that angle A, angle D also adjacent angles. Okay, next angle D, angle C. Angle D, angle C also having that common side, no, here. So we can say that angle D, angle C. Okay, next angle C, angle B also having that common side, no? We can say that angle B, angle C also adjacent angles. So here how many pairs of adjacent angles are there here? Four pairs of adjacent angles are there. As well as here how many pairs of adjacent sides are there? Four pairs of adjacent sides are there. Okay children, so let us discuss next one, opposite sides and opposite angles. Okay, so we discussed here about that adjacent sides and adjacent angles, no? So next one, opposite sides and opposite angles. So here opposite sides means two sides of a quadrilateral not having any common point. Two sides of a quadrilateral not having any common end point. Then we will call those two sides are opposite sides. So here opposite sides means DC and AB, which lies opposite to each other, and in the same way these two sides are not having any common point, no? So that's why here opposite sides AB and here DC. Okay, here we have to write that AB, DC. These two are that one of the pair of opposite sides, as well as we can say that another opposite sides. Which two are that another pair of opposite sides? AD and BC also opposite sides only, no? So here AD and here BC. So here how many pairs of opposite sides are there here? Yes, two pairs of opposite sides are there here. Okay, as well as opposite angles. Opposite angles. So children, here opposite angles means what? Here two angles are not having that any common side. Two angles are not having any common side. So here A and B having that common side. So when you observe that A and C having that any common sides here. Those two also not having that any common sides, no. And A and D having that common side, that is AD. Okay, so that's why here A and C are that opposite angles as well as opposite vertices also. So opposite angles, one of the pair is angle A, angle C. Okay, so like that only another pair also there, no, that is angle B, angle D. Angle B, angle D. Okay, so we have that two pairs of opposite angles are there. Okay, as well as the two pairs of opposite sides also there. Okay children, so this is in this video we discussed about that what is a quadrilateral and what are the components of a quadrilateral. Okay, and these also components only, but here we said this one as separately. Why? Because this, if you know this one in previously, then no problem, but here this one we will introduce in that quadrilaterals only. Okay, why? Because in that quadrilaterals we can say that adjacent angles. In the triangle also we can say that adjacent angles. Yes or no? In a triangle, adjacent angles means here these two angles are having that common side. So can we say that these two are that adjacent angles? So we can say that these two also adjacent angles as well as these two also adjacent angles. So adjacent angles means here those two angles are formed by that common side. Okay, then we can say that those two angles are adjacent angles. Okay, as well as adjacent sides. Adjacent sides means these two sides are formed by those two also having that common end point. So we can say that these two sides are adjacent sides, and we can take that this side and this base also. Those two also adjacent sides, and we can say that these two sides also. Okay, so in any figure we can say that adjacent sides, adjacent angles. Okay, here is it possible to say that opposite side to vertex we can say that, but here we cannot say that opposite sides. Okay, here opposite sides possible. Here opposite side means opposite side to that vertex we can say that. To this vertex this is that opposite side, and to this vertex this is that opposite side, and finally to this vertex or angle here this is that opposite side. Okay, so opposite sides we can say in that quadrilateral. Okay, these two sides are opposite sides. Okay, so how many pairs of opposite sides are there? Two pairs of opposite sides are there. How many pairs of opposite angles are there? Two pairs of opposite angles are there. How many diagonals are there in a quadrilateral? Two diagonals are there in a quadrilateral. Okay, and we can say that one of the diagonal of a quadrilateral, any one of the diagonal, we have the two diagonals, no? So any one of the diagonal of a quadrilateral divides that given quadrilateral into two triangles. Okay, what is that? Any one of the diagonal of a quadrilateral divides it into two triangles. Okay, so here we can observe that this is one of the triangle as well as this is another triangle. Okay children, so here we can observe that two triangles. So in that next video we will discuss about that angle sum property as well as what is that formula we have to say for that area of a quadrilateral. Okay, and we have one more theorem also there. Those three we will discuss in that next video. Okay.